1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. Times. Addressing the Shanghai Cooperation Organization through video link today, Prime Minister has called for global coordinated efforts to combat adverse impacts of corona pandemic. President has emphasized on expanding bilateral cooperation with Kazakhstan in areas of mutual interest, including political, trade, cultural and defense field. Iranian Foreign Minister is arriving Islamabad today on a two-day visit and will hold top-level talks on bilateral and regional issues during the visit. Media in Islamabad this afternoon about decisions taken in the cabinet meeting. Information Minister said the cabinet approved wheat support price at the rate of 1650 rupees per 40 kilograms. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred two more Kashmiri youth in Shopaiya district today. An international conference on the Syrian refugees' repatriation will be held in Damascus tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has called for global coordinated efforts to combat adverse impacts of corona pandemic and to fight with its emerging second wave. Addressing the Shanghai Cooperation Organization through video link today, he said Pakistan is coordination with China in working to develop a vaccine for the virus. The Prime Minister said Pakistan supports Chinese efforts to contain the pandemic in providing protection equipment to the deserving nations. He said Pakistan welcomes the initiative of G20 to provide debt relief to poor economies. The Prime Minister said we stress on the implementation of United Nations resolutions in maintaining peace around the world. In this regard, a world nation would condemn the Indian unilateral actions in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir that can disrupt the regional as well as global peace. The Prime Minister said there is no military solution to Afghan problem, and in this regard we have positively contributed in Afghan peace deal. He said reduction in violence is essential in maintaining peace in Afghanistan. He said return of Afghan refugees with dignity should be an essential part of Afghanistan peace negotiations. President Dr. Arif Alvi has emphasized on expanding bilateral cooperation with Kazakhstan in areas of mutual interest, including trade, cultural and defense field. Talking to Ambassador-designate of Pakistan to Kazakhstan, Sajjad Ahmed Seher, who called on him in Islamabad today, the President said regional integration and connectivity are key drivers of economic development, and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor offers tremendous opportunities to countries of the region. He asked the ambassador to put in efforts to promote parliamentary and cultural exchanges between the two countries. Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif is arriving Islamabad today on a two-day visit and will hold top-level talks on bilateral and regional issues during the visit. He will call on Prime Minister Imran Khan, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa. He will also attend an event in connection with Iqbal Day celebrations. In a tweet, he said Allama Muhammad Iqbal was a great Islamic scholar, international poet and tireless promoter of Muslim unity who ties together our two nations. Pakistan International Airlines has restarted its Umrah flights from different parts of the country to Jeddah and Medina Munawwara from today. According to PIA spokesman Abdullah Khan, this special service will continue till 31st of next month. He said as per arrangement, return airfare inclusive of all relevant taxes for economy class from Karachi will be rupees 91,000 and that from other cities would be rupees 96,000. The Cabinet has approved wheat support price at the rate of 1650 rupees per 40 kilograms. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Syed Shibli Faraz briefing media about decisions taken in the cabinet today's meeting in Islamabad with Prime Minister Imran Khan in the chair said the support price will enable common people to buy flour on affordable rates as well as farmers to get best price of their crop. The minister said Prime Minister's Special Assistant on Finance has been tasked to evolve a comprehensive strategy to rationalize subsidies so that deserving families can get maximum benefit. Syed Shibli Faraz said in view of resurgence of COVID-19 pandemic, the cabinet also called for imposing strict restrictions on mass activities except business and wealth creation to prevent loss of precious human lives and stalling economic activities in the country. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan's and Russian Federation Special Forces joint exercise Dzorba 5 is underway at Tarbela. According to ISPR, the participating troops are busy in practicing counter-terrorism drills and procedures, repelling and preparation for skydiving. Sport activities are also part of the exercise. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees has provided emergency cash assistance to over 50,000 vulnerable Afghan refugees' families impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic in Pakistan. The UNHCR Emergency Cash Program follows the Government of Pakistan's Ehsaas Emergency Cash Program, where vulnerable Pakistani families receive a one-off cash grant of 12,000 rupees. UNHCR is targeting 70,000 of the most vulnerable refugee families. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 2 more Kashmiri youth in Shopania district today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the youth were killed by the troops during a cordon and search operation in Katpura area of the district. An Indian Army official claimed that the youth were killed in an encounter triggered during a cordon and search operation jointly launched by Indian Army, Central Reserve Police Force and Indian Police. Authorities suspended internet services in Shopania and Kulgam districts. On the other hand, the High Court Bar Association of the occupied territory has been forced by the Modi government to defer its election for its stand on the disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir. The Bar Association is all set to conduct its election today. However, the polls have been deferred after the Indian atrocities asked the legal body to clear its stand on Kashmir. Senior Hurriyat leader Ghulam Muhammad Khan Sapuri, in a statement in Srinagar, paid rich tributes to the youth martyred by the troops in Shopania today. He said that Indian stubbornness was claiming precious human lives in the occupied territory. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has condemned Israel's demolition of dozens of homes and buildings at a Palestinian village in the occupied West Bank. In a statement, OIC said the action falls within the framework of the policies of ethnic cleansing, annexation and colonial settlement plans. The OIC also called on the international community to exert pressure on the Israel regime to stop its violation and crimes throughout the occupied Palestinian territory. An international conference on the Syrian refugees' repatriation will be held in Damascus tomorrow. The conference, jointly hosted by Russia and Syria, is hoped to achieve positive results that could alleviate the suffering of Syrian refugees abroad and open the way for them to return to Syria and lead a normal life. More than half of the population of Syria has been forced to flee their homes since the conflict started in 2011. In the third and final T20 match against Zimbabwe in Rawalpindi, Pakistan were 93 for 2 in 13 over in a short while ago. Earlier, batting first, Zimbabwe set a victory target of 130 runs for Pakistan. Pakistan has already won the 3-match series 2-0. Now weather. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail over most parts of the country during next 24 hours. However, partly cloudy weather condition is expected in northern areas, Kashmir, Upper Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Smog is expected in few plain areas of Punjab, while fog is expected in coastal areas of Makran during morning hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.